number 12. So first you make the user enter a number in variable x. So first thing you need to do is create a variable x. If the number is bigger than 0, print x is a positive number, else add 20 to x and print the value with a message x was a negative number. I mean with the value of x, right? So what is take x, if x is bigger than 0, print is positive, else add 20 to it and print its value on the screen. So it's very easy. How? Because I'm going to create a variable x and then we say integer, then we say input, then we say enter value of x, right, from the user. Now if x is greater than 0, right, say what? Print x is a positive number, else I say add 20 to the value of x
X plus 20.
yeah, and print its value, huh? Print its value
X
and say x comma was a negative, what was that? Was a negative number. Right? And that's it. Now we run this and that's how it's done. So I said, let's say if I say -1, it'll say 19 was a negative number because I add 20 to it. Okay? So this is how this question is done.
Why we put x is equal x plus 20?
Because in the question, if you see, it says if x is greater than 0, simply print x is a positive number. So that's if condition. And that's else condition. Else add 20 to the x, whatever the value is, x is x plus 20, and then print it was the negative number, and this is what I did. I added whatever the value of x is, 20 to it. And then I printed it. So this is just following the instruction. Programming is very easy if you just follow the instruction. What is written, you take it literally, like your life depends on it, right? And then you just do it. Don't you go left and right. Just follow what is written there. Now, doing that, so I think in this regard, what the most important thing is to understand the concept, right? Now, we're going to do question number 13. Question number 13. Accept the age of 5 people and display the youngest one using if and else value, right? So you take the value of 5 people and what you do is, okay, what you do is you find the youngest one, right? Right. Now you must be thinking I'm crazy, just for no reason I'm making this video longer, but sometimes you have to repeat the question as well. So a is equal to integer input, enter the first value, right? Enter the first value, and b is equal to enter the second value, right? In the background you may be hearing my student in this video, very keen on learning what I'm teaching, and follow me religiously. Okay, I think best is to say enter the value for a, isn't it? So that you know what you're entering for, right? Enter value for a, right? Like this. Enter value for? Huh? Enter value for b, right? Or not a, okay, all right. Value for b, right? Are we good now? And then the c is integer enter the value for c. Here we go. Nice and easy. And then the d is integer input and I say enter value for D. We can carry on like this, before it's weekend we'll finish it hopefully. A, B, C, D, and that's it. And the one more guy, there are 5 values we need to take. If you look at the question, how many values do we need to take? 5. Age of 5 people, A, B, C, D, and E. There's one guy left, right? So D and the A, B, C, D, E. We do the same thing again. Nice and easy. And that would be what? Enter the value for E. Here we go. Value for E. Keeping the consistency there. Now, we got 5 values. Now, what we need to do is, we need to find what was the, oh sorry, I forgot what we need to find. Display the youngest using if and elif. So we got 5 people. We need to find who is the youngest. What do I mean by youngest? Youngest mean?
The lowest.
Yeah, the lowest number of years he has lived. So the youngest, right? Now, what we have to do is, so best way to do is, when you take the 5 values, you pick up the first person and compare his age with the rest 4. And if he is younger than all the 4, then he's the youngest one, right? And then we simply say, yes, he's the youngest one. And by doing that, what we're going to do is, we're going to say if A is less than what? B.
Less than C.
And A is, and we got to say and there, isn't it? Because it has to be less than everybody. Yeah? Yeah, go ahead. Less than B. A is less than B, less than C. And, no comma, and A is less than A, B, C, D, and A is less than E. Now we have compared it with everybody. So this condition will be only true. With this condition will be only true if the value of A is less than all these 4, right? Then this condition will be true. So if this is true, what does this mean? This means A is youngest because A is less than everybody else. But that's why we use and. So and means that if A is less than B but not less than C, the and means it will not be true. So and gate is true when all the conditions are true. So the A has to be younger than everybody else. So if that is the case, what simply we say A is the youngest one. Right? Now, if A is not youngest one, that means we don't have to compare A anymore with anybody. So we drop A. So what it means is, we already in the first statement we can exclude A from next comparison. Now we pick up B and compare it with the remaining one, right? And that is how we gonna do the else if. Else if B is less than C and B is less than D and B is less than E. That's it, right? And then we print B is the youngest, because if that is true, then B is the youngest one. Now, if that is not true either, this is not true, that means we can drop B as well, because B is not the youngest anymore. B may be not less than some of those. So we don't have to compare B. Then what we do is, we pick up C, this one, and compare it with the remaining one, this one, 2. So we go there and we say elif C is less than D and C is less than E. That's it. And we do print and we say C is the youngest. That's it. Got it? And finally we say, but if that is not the case, then we got left what? D and E. So we can forget about everybody else and say, if D is greater than E, less than E, if elif D is less than E, then we print what? D is the youngest one. But if that is not the case, then else, yes, then there's only one option left, and that is E is the youngest one. So see, what we did is we created a ladder. Step by step, we started with first A, and we compared it with all of them in the first statement here. If this is true, this will happen, and it will not come down and say A is the youngest. If this is not true, then it will drop this A, and then we pick up B, and compare it with the rest of one. If that's not true, then pick up C, and compare it with D and E. If that's not true, then D and E. And if D is not less than E, then finally E is less than. So this way, when we run this program, okay, we will find out the youngest one. We'll end up with the youngest one. So let's say I say A is, let's say, 19, B is 22, C is 18, D is maybe 45, 6, that's me. Oh, why? Why? Oh, yeah. See, that's the beauty of compiler and interpreter. This is interpreter, isn't it? Not a compiler, which means it did not compile the whole program and run it. It compiling line by line, and finally when it reached the error here, this one, input spelling mistake, it gave an error. So that's the interpreter. If it was a compiler, it would not run on the first place. Now you understand the difference as well. So everything happened for a reason, right? All right. So here we are. So age is 21, 22, 34, 35, 67. Yes. A is the youngest one. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, because it is. So this way, the program basically finds the youngest one. Let's move on. Question number 14. I'm going to struggle with this, but you are engineer, right? So you can find the percentage. So ask the user to enter total of number of absences. This is for you actually, because you can get your total number of absences and see what percentage you are at. So if the total number of absence class is 90, calculate the percentage of class attended and absences. So I need you to give both. So this is going to be a bit tricky. So what I'm going to do is, some of you will try to take a picture of this, but you don't need to because it's being recorded. You know. What would be the first? Ask to enter the number of absences, right? So you say absent. I just say ab. I'm not going to embarrass myself with the wrong spelling of absences. So ab, and then we say input integer. You know, when you're teaching, you always get your spelling wrong. I don't know why. There's just some sort of phobia. Okay. Enter the number. Oh man, I have to write absences again. Absences. I hope I got it right. Absences. Absences. Yeah, here you go. Bingo. I got my spelling right. Although I was under a lot of pressure, being recorded, being watched. But still right. Not bad. So number of absences, and then what we do? We calculate the percentage of present and absent, right? So let's see how many attended. Attend. ATT. Attend equal to. Now if you enter, let's say 40, you want to see what percentage 40 is of what? 90. What would be the formula? Huh?
40 divided 90 times 100.
40
Divided by 90 times 100.
divided by 90
Times 100.
times 100. This is going to give you percentage of
The
absences. Yeah, attendance. Well, you are, this is absences. So ABS. Okay, these are number of absences. So if this is the number of absences, then what would the number of present is easy, isn't it? How? Like this, print. The number of percentage is, you're going to put here percentage, right? Comma ABS, right? By the way, absent, ABSE, because it's a keyword. ABSE, absence. Absence. Okay. And then maybe you want to give a percentage with it, right? and then we want to give and number of percentage of attendance is, what would be that then? That would be 100 minus ABSE, yeah? Remaining is the present, isn't it, right? I mean, if it's less than 60% is absent, then 100 minus 60, 40 is present, yeah? And then you want to give a percentage there, right? There we go, that's it, right? Can we run it? So number of absences, I say I have 60 absences. Let's try and calculate something like we're going to get 50, 45 absences, right? Oh, that's a good one. The number of the absence is 50% and the percentage of attendance is 50%. If somebody will check what he has attended so far. For how many absences, my friend here? Let me see. I want a really big number. Trying to see who's the winner. We got winner there. So what is your number?
15.
Huh? 15. So 15, my friend. Your absences are 16%, and your attendance is 83%. Not bad, right? Still, you can keep up 83% attendance. Okay. So this is how you can write a small program to find the number of absences and number of attendance. Moving on, and that is accept the three sides of triangle and determine if it is a triangle or not. So and it tells you what is the triangle. The triangle is when the sum of two sides is greater than the third side. Okay. So how do we solve this? It's very easy. What we do is, first thing we need to get all the three sides of triangle. First, you want to say A. Let's get three sides, right? Three sides of triangle. A, integer. Yeah. And input. Yeah. Enter first side A of triangle. A of triangle. Okay. Length. Yeah. Enter the length of. I don't have to be specific, do I? Length of side A of triangle. And then I do what? Side B, then side C. So it's easier because I can copy paste B and C. And here I would say B, and here I would say C. Right? Once I have that, then what is the formula? If sum of A plus B is greater than C, right? That is what? A triangle. Print. It is a triangle. All right. Okay. Why? Yeah, that's what it is, right? Yeah. Okay. That's it. So I'm talking about a triangle. That's the formula of triangle. I'm not worried about my spelling, all right? You're getting the wrong idea there. Now, if that is not the case, you trust A plus B is greater than C, that's a triangle. What about if that is not the case? Then you want to make sure that B plus C, if that is not the case, then you want to make sure B plus C is greater than A. If that is not the case, then you want to make sure the third one, right? And that would be what then? C plus A is greater than B. So you want to make sure one of those is greater than. Yeah? One of those sides is greater than. And then you just going to print. And if none of that is true, then what? It is not a triangle. Triangle. Got it? Now, if I run this, and side A is 3, 4, 5, it is a triangle. Right? Is that the formula? How about all are equal? 1, 1, 1. It is a triangle, still a triangle. Right? So it's given in the question that it is a triangle, only sum of any two sides is greater than the third one. So we have written a program for it. Now let's move on. Question number what? 16? Oh, that one is a bit tricky, alright? That's a bit tricky, and I'm going to take my time to explain this. Why? Because it's a bit tricky. Now, this is like, okay, imagine this is your money that you're giving, and then you will pay attention to it, right? What does it say? It says ask the user to enter kilometers. So imagine you have rented a car and they charge you per kilometer you have driven. So the offer is the first 10 kilometers you do, you get charged 11 real per kilometer, which is very expensive, by the way. But hey ho, you never know, it may be a limousine. The next 90 you pay 10 real per kilometer, right? And after that you pay a flat rate of 9 real per kilometer. So you need to remember this. Now let me ask you a question here. If you have driven 110 kilometer, so how many of those will be multiplied by 10?
The first 10.
First 10, right? 11. First 10 will be 11. Multiply by 11, first 10. Because that's what it says. Out of what? Total 110. Now what you're going to do? Now you're going to find out what are the next 90. The next 90 will be multiplied by what? 10. Now what is left? How would you know what is left? 90 plus 10, 100. So you do 100 minus 110 minus 100. What is left? 10. Right? 10 will be multiplied by 9. And this is how you're going to calculate your bill. This multiplied by this multiplied by this, and this multiplied by this. And that's the total bill. And you add them up together, you get the total bill. Now you need to remember that, how you did that. Right? And the same thing you have to do in the programming then. How would you do that in the programming? Very simple. Here we go. Let's do it then. Shall we? Right. So, first you ask the user to enter the kilometers, right? Enter the km. I'm not going to go with the kilometer spelling. Enter the km that you have traveled. Right? And now, once you get the kilometers, what you do is, if those kilometers are less than 11, which means they are only 10, then it's simple. What is that? Your bill is equal to km times 11. That's it, because they're less than 10 anyway. You don't have to do anything, right? But, but, elif kilometers are less than 101, because 10 plus 90, that's the next cohort, isn't it? Right? So in this case, it's again simple. How? Your bill is equal to km 10 times, first 10 is, obviously it's not less than 11, that's why I come to the second one. Yeah? So 10 you simply multiply with 11, no problem. And then what you do is, you put a bracket around it, and you say remaining 100 minus whatever, no, that would be what then? That would be km minus 10. I mean, you've got to remove 10 from it, isn't it? Because you already multiplied 10 by 11. So remaining, you're going to multiply it by 10. Got it? This is a bit crazy, isn't it? This one. I mean, obviously, let's imagine this, because you need to imagine this. If I say I only traveled 9 kilometers, 9 is less than 11, right? So my bill will be 9 times 11, and that's it. End of the story. No more complications. But imagine I say no, my bill, I traveled 19 kilometers, not 9. Now 19 is not less than 11, is it? So it will not come here. It will say if kilometer is less than 101, yes, it's 19. So what it will do is, it will simply multiply 10 by 11, and then 19 minus 10 is 9, right? 9, remaining 9 will be by 10. This way you get your total bill. End of the story, right? But if that's not the case, then what is the case? The case is else. Else it means that the kilometer is more than 100, right? It's not less than 101. It's not 100. It's more than 100. So that would be simple. What you do is, you simply say your bill is equal to, first 10 you multiply by, because it's more than 100, isn't it? First 10 multiply by 11, second 90, that's what it says, isn't it? Here, look at this. First 10 multiply by 11, next 90 multiply by 10, right? The next 90 multiply by 10, right? Plus, now we don't know how much beyond 100 there is, right? So all we gotta do is, the remaining we say km minus 100, because you have charged 90 plus 10 already, so you're going to minus that. Whatever is remaining, you multiply by 9. That's the third one, isn't it? Look at this one here, 9. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply by 9. Now, let me give you a use case here. Imagine you run this program and the guy enters 120. Right? Now, it will check, is it less than 11? No. It come here, is it less than 101? No, it will come straight 12th part. And here you say your bill is, and it will multiply 10 of those with 11, plus 90 of those with 10. Now these are 100 gone out of 120. The next thing you need to do is, from 120, because km is 120, you minus 100. What are you left with? 20, right? Those 20 you will multiply with 9, and then add all three together and you get your bill. Make sense? All right, let's run it then. Let's 1 by, oh my goodness, I get an error. So why? Because I didn't put comma here. Comma here. Is there any other comma I'm missing? Yes. Right, what is that then?
These are input.
Input here. Yes. Input. There we go. Okay, so we input here 116, right? Now what would happen in this case? First, let's say I just say 9. 9 is less than 11, isn't it? So simply it's gonna, what it's gonna do is it's gonna come here and it's gonna multiply by 11. 9 times 11, 99. So bill will be 99. Here we go. The bill would be simply 99. See here? Bill is 99. But if I say 12, now 12 is above 11. So in the 12 case, it will come to this part, because 12 is less than 101, and it 10 will be multiplied by 11, and the remaining will be multiplied by 10. So 10 is by 11, and what is remaining? Out of 12, what is remaining? 2. Because 12 minus 10 is 2. Okay, this is 12 minus 10, 2. So 2 times 20 is what? 2 times 10 is what? 20. So 20 and 11 plus multiply by 10, what is that? 1 and 10. And what is total? 130. So that's what I'll get here if I say 12. 130. Here we go. Got that? What is the last one then? 120. Now if I run it again and I this time say 120, right? So first one will be 10, will be 11, remaining 90 will be multiplied by 10, and the last 20 will be multiplied by 9, and that's why I get my bill 1190, right? So this is how you do this billing application. Now any question? Did you get what I did there? All right, that's good. No question. Thank you for that. Now moving on is the final question, is it? 17. That one won't be difficult, is it? Write a Python program to guess a number between 1 and 9 that can be stored in a variable inside the program. So guess a number between 1 and 9. And user is prompted to enter a guess. If the guess is wrong, then prompt appears again until the guess is correct. On a successful guess, the user will get a well guessed message and the program will exit. Right? Okay, fair enough. Let's do this then. First, you ask the user to enter a number, n, right? And then you do what? Yep, enter a number. You enter a number, then you run a while loop. While true. While true, you ask the user to guess a number, right? Guess a number. If guess is equal to actual number, what do? You say bingo, right? What was that? Well guessed? Well guessed. Guessed, right? Guessed? Right. Okay, guessed. Then what else you do? You break. Else what you do? There's no else. You keep asking the user to enter the number until it's right. So let's see. Enter a number. I number 40. Now I say 2. Until I enter 40, it gave well guessed and quit. And that's how simple it is. But by reading it, do you think it's a long program? That when you read it, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a logic, right? And when you build the logic, things become easy, right? Look at this. I mean, it's not a long program, right? Here, take the number, run the infinite loop, guess the number.
But the program says between 1 and 9.
See? There's one person always reading, listening, and paying attention. Exactly. So this is the wrong answer. What does the program say? Between one person is always awake in the class. Thank you for being vigilant. 1 to 9, right? Now, how do we deal with that? We need to put this one here, enter a guess between 1 to 9. One to 9. If it doesn't enter between 1 to 9, what shall we do?
While n.
We check if n is greater than, between mean greater than, isn't it? And n is like between, right?
Yeah, between.
Between mean It can be 2 and it can be 8. It cannot be 9. It cannot be this. So you check that. If it is not between that, what shall it do then? You should just ask again, right? You should ask again to enter it. If it's not between that, it will continue either asking
So now you put
and sorry.
now you put the next step if it's true.
But it should not go to the guess, isn't it? Until it checks if it is between. So I should say continue here. That's the proper use of continue. So it will check first. It will go back and check if it is between. Then it will move forward. But if I don't put a continue, you know what will happen? I'll tell you what will happen. Look, I do not put, let's say I do not put between 1 and 9. I put here, let's say 20. Now when I put it 20, it's going to ask me, why is it asking me to guess the number? It shouldn't.
Yes.
Right?
There should be an if command outside of the while.
Yeah. And I say 3. It shouldn't be doing that, right?
Because there should be an if command outside the while.
Yeah, let's see how we can fix this. So I take a number, I check if number is greater than 1 and less than 9, then you do this.
It should
Ah, no, less than 9. Less than or equal to 9.
No, not equal.
Huh?
Not equal. Correct.
Equal, because 9, if it is 9 still. But between, we need to take a number between, which means we cannot take 9.
And also 1.
Also 1, because between mean you can't take the ending ones. Between mean it cannot be 1, it cannot be 9. It has to be between 1 and 9. So basically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I do this, I run this, and I let's say now I do 20, it's going to ask me to guess a number. Oh, that has to be or, isn't it? Not and. Here it has to be or. Or, right? Not and. Now, I said 20. It's going to ask me to do the 20 again. But it's asking me to guess as well. Why? You know why? I can fix this problem with continue. Yes. If I put continue here, it will not ask me to guess it until it's right. If I put continue here, continue. Yeah. It will not ask me to guess it. It will keep asking me to enter it. Now if I do this, I say 20, I say 21, it's going to keep asking me. Oh, now it's asking me, I put 2, it asks me to guess it. Right? So I say 3, it asks me to guess it. 2, here we go, well guessed. So this is how you do it, and well done again for reminding what should be done. Right? Now, moving forward, and that is question number 18. Now, after question number 18, I think let's take a break and we do question number 18 and 19 in the last video, the third video. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to hit the bell icon.